Please watch the video till the end, and dear students, please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Hello student, today we will discuss counting semaphore. In your critical section problem we have already discussed binary semaphore, which contain either 0 or 1. The value of the semaphore, we know that it is an integer, and both the semaphore maintain the with bounded weight and without busy waiting. Both the semaphore, whether it is binary semaphore or whether it is a counting semaphore. The counting semaphore, the integer value ranges between minus infinity to plus infinity, and it also follow with bounded weight and without busy waiting. So we have to explain considering an example how does the counting semaphore works. So in your previous example we considered the binary semaphore for critical section problem. Here we consider another kind of example for explaining the counting semaphore. In counting semaphore we have to take a structure. Why structure? Because the semaphore contain another value, one integer, one pointer. So we have to maintain a structure. One is integer and another is pointer. So the structure contains two items. One is integer value, another is the pointer which points to the structure itself. Now as that value equals to n indicates that at a time number of n processes can enter into the critical section. Other words, we can say that there are n number of resources in the processes. So n process can access at a time n resources. That means if semaphore value is I, then I number of processes can enter into the critical section because there are I number of resources available in the shared memory or shared data. It may be data, it may be file, it may be any. So whenever a semaphore indicates, the semaphore may contain either 0 or plus I or minus I. So consider what is plus I, minus I, 0. Suppose there are 5 processes and the s dot value equals to 3. That means at a time 3 processes can enter into the critical section problem. So critical section, in the critical section there are 3 resources, 3 shared resources available for 3 processes which can access at a time. So in the queue we can see that P1 is the first process. So P1 will get chances first. Whenever P1 will enter into the critical section, the s dot value equals to 3 have to change to indicate that one process is in the critical section. So we change the value to 2. That means decrement by 1. It indicates that at present moment we can accommodate another 2 processes into the critical section. So whenever P1 enter, now the chances goes to P2 because it is in the second position. Whenever P2 enter, s dot value equals to 1, that is again decremented by 1. It indicates that another process, another single process can enter into the critical section. So which one will get chance? Obviously P3, because P3 is in the ready queue. Whenever P3 enters, the value decremented to 0. Indicate that there is no more extra resources for fourth process. already we have 3 resources, we accommodate to P1, P2 and P3. Now P4 will goes into the ready queue because P4 also wants to access, and at the same time S dot value equals to -1. S dot value equals to -1 means there are in the ready queue one process. P4 is in the ready queue, so we have to change the S dot value to -1. If again we see that another process P5 wants to share or accommodate the common resources, but there is no scope, so we have to place P5 into the ready queue and we have to set the value S dot value equals to -2. -2 indicates that in the ready queue there are waiting 2 processes. -3 indicates there are waiting 3 processes. -4 indicates there are waiting 4 processes, and so on. So whenever P1 completes, what will happen? At the time -2 indicates that some processes are waiting, and plus indicates that there is enough space in the critical section, that means enough resources are available. Now look, whenever P1 completes, what will happen? So whenever P1 will complete, one resource will be readily available. Now if P1 completes, then we can accommodate another extra process. So from the queue we can see that whenever P released, that S dot value indicate -2, so we have 2 processes in the ready queue in the waiting status. So which one will get chance? In the ready queue it maintains FIFO, first in first out. Which process comes first? Process P4, then P5. So P4 will get chances. Whenever P4 gets chances, then what will happen? We have to again indicate that how many processes are waiting in the ready. So whenever P4 goes into the critical section, we have to set the S dot value to -1. That indicates that there is only one process is in the ready queue. So S dot value -1 indicate there is just one process in the ready queue, and P4 just simply enter into the critical section. So whenever P4 completes, P4, P2, P3, now which one will complete? P1 completes, then turn goes to P2. So P2 completes its task, and S dot value shows that there is a process is waiting in the ready queue, which is P5, and we have to set S dot value equals to 0 to indicate that there is no process are waiting in the ready queue, and P5 will goes into the critical section portion. So S dot value equals to 0 indicate that no processes are waiting in the ready queue. But whenever P4 completes its task, that means there is a single resource, one more resource is available from critical section, because 3 resources are there, P5 and P3 in the critical section, but P4 releases its resources. So we have to indicate that S dot value equals to 1. That means positive value of semaphore indicate that there is a availability of resource. Negative value indicate that there is how many processes are waiting in the queue. So whenever in the critical section there is a only process P3. S dot value indicates 2 means 2 resources are available, and all processes having complete, after completion of all processes, S dot value equals to 3 means there is no processes in the waiting and all the 3 processes are available in the critical section. So I think critical section with counting semaphore is clear for all the students. Thank you.